As part of our 20 Years of WOW celebration, Paducah Bank is proud to partner with WPSD Local 6 and the Paducah Sun to highlight the individuals, families, organizations, nonprofits, and businesses who make our community special. Through ChangeMakers, we share the stories of those making a difference every day, with one community member recognized every other week as a Paducah Bank WOWmaker. Today we welcome Lacy Boling, Executive Director of Paducah Cooperative Ministry, as our next WOWmaker. Congratulations, Lacy.
Thanks, yeah.
You've got phenomenal glasses.
Thanks, you do too.
Thank you, we're twins.
They look great.
What is the mission of Paducah Cooperative Ministry, and who does your organization serve?
The mission has been the same for 53 years. We do God's work with human hands. So we serve the people who are hungry and homeless in Paducah and McCracken County. The vision is where it gets a little different, and so we strive to do the most we can by bringing other people together. And so what I particularly like about our vision is that we try to get other people involved. That's what's really important, is how do we bring other organizations together to try to do the most good as we can in McCracken County.
Well, you do amazing work, and I've known you for a long time,
Yeah.
but you're a legend in my mind
No.
for the work that you do and the
Well,
people that
thank
you
you.
serve.
Mhm.
So, when it comes to food insecurity, PCM has an innovative plan in place. Tell us about that.
I'm really excited about the innovations that we have for our food pantry. It's a supermarket, grocery style, client choice pantry. And we're really excited because that kind of brings dignity and choice to the food pantry. One of the things that I like to do in the pantry that we have right now is when kids or something come. I used to be a basketball coach at Paducah Middle School. I don't know if you know that or not. That's why I have this blue jacket.
Yes.
I was going to be really serious and coach. But one of my favorite things to do, one of our kids that I've coached before comes into the pantry. I'll invite them to kind of come in across that imaginary barrier and say, hey, is there any snacks that you see that you might like? And two things always happen. They'll look at auntie or granny or mom or whoever brought them in, and they'll say, is this okay? And then they'll pick one thing.
Yes.
And that tells me two things about the people that we serve. One is that choice is not common. And two is that PCM's vision and this innovative plan is on the right track. Everybody deserves dignity. And that's why we're so excited about that client choice pantry, is because it brings dignity to those that we serve, which are really just our neighbors. And not only does it do that, but it also allows people to, if they have allergies or, their religious preference or whatever their needs are, if somebody's allergic to peanut butter, whatever it is, it allows them to choose what they prefer. But I'm an operations person at heart. I used to work in retail. What we also know with that pantry model is that it reduces waste. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be better for our bottom line, and it also allows us to do a little bit better inventory management. So it helps us be better stewards to the donor dollar. So we're really excited about that. We're waiting on our construction. These things take a little more time than a lot of people anticipate, but we're really excited about that plan, and we know it's the first in West Kentucky. And sometimes it's good just to shake things up a little bit and change things for the greater good. We're really excited about it.
That's going to make tremendous impact.
I think so, yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
Thank
me too.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Homelessness is another major focus of your work.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the biggest challenges facing people experiencing homelessness in our area?
The biggest challenges that people are facing in our area, Paducah, McCracken County, it's the same issues that people have everywhere. There's not enough affordable housing. Yes. In fact, that's the number one cause of homelessness, is there's not enough houses, right? It's very simple. But the challenges these folks are facing is really systemic. And at a certain point, we're going to have to realize that we are leaving many of our neighbors behind. Homelessness is increasing. From last year to this year, the number rose 16% homelessness in McCracken County. The affordable housing gap is widening. It continues to do, and it's projected to increase 39% before 2029. And so as I say, at a certain point, we're going to have to say, what can we do differently? How are we going to think outside the box? How will we all be change makers in this space? And many of the people that we serve are working one, and many are working 2 and 3 jobs just to keep up. But what we're seeing is the cost of housing has just become out of reach for so many of the families that we serve. At Fresh Start Village, the shelter that we have currently, 98% of those folks, when they leave, are taxpayers. These are folks that are working, they have an income. It's just out of reach. Yes. It's just housing has become just unaffordable. They can't keep up. And so then you add on these additional barriers, one income household and these type of things. But it's just interesting to work with these people and realize that there's so much like you or I, Susan, and it's a challenge because these are our neighbors, and I want to be a change maker because I know that these are our neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This work can be emotionally demanding.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you motivated and passionate about serving others every day?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked because I think that the difference here is, first of all, many people have emotionally demanding work. I think that's important to note. And I especially think that if you walk in your purpose, your work is taxing and your work is emotionally demanding. But in 2020, I noticed that, and I'll go back to when I coached, I realized that I was coaching a kid who was homeless. She didn't look homeless, or what in my head I thought was homeless. Mm-hmm. And I realized that homelessness was so much closer than we realize. And I thought about how when I was in 8th grade, my family went from a 2 income to a 1 income. I was just lucky enough to have a grandmother who owned her home, and we were allowed to move in there with her. Many of families in Paducah and McCracken County don't have the next generation or the generation before them that owns a home. And so they don't have a place to go. Right. And for me, when I look at people and I see, we'll get to the answer to the question, I promise. But for me, just that emotional load, I think about Esther, I think about for such a time as this, and I think I have to do this work. Eleanor Roosevelt, you probably heard of her. She's a very a great female leader, and I look to her a lot because she says we learn by living. We've not been here before, we've not done this before, but she said, we're after our human rights. She said they're so close. It's at home. It's our neighbors, and so these people deserve it. Yes. They deserve my best. They deserve McCracken County's best. They deserve Paducah's best because they are us. And so I think about that kid who was on my team. She only has one childhood. She only has one middle school opportunity, one high school opportunity. And if it's wasted, what have we done? Mm-hmm. If we leave her behind, what have we done? We only get one shot for her health. We only get one opportunity for her to be successful. And I just feel a personal obligation to make sure that as many people around me have their best chance. And so I probably didn't answer that, but it is heavy. And I think it's supposed to be.
Yes. Right?
I mean, I don't know. I just think it's supposed to be. That's part of the journey, I think. And I love the work I do because someone did that for me, and I want to be there to do that for someone else. And so just how do we encourage everybody to be able to give as much as they can for their community? Because if we let these kids down, if we let these adults down, if we let our community down, what have we done?
Right.
And so that's just the way I think about that. So it is heavy, but it is hard to know, did I give my best today? Because I do know there are people sleeping on the street. I met a lady just a few moments before I came here she said, "Do you think I can get into Fresh Start today?" And I said, "Probably not, because it is full." And so that work keeps me going, knowing that I am required to open that emergency shelter. And if it takes my brain to do that, then let me get up tomorrow and do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for your passion.
Yeah.
Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for all that you do to help our friends and neighbors in the community. You truly are a change maker, and we appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks.